Yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end.
He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens,
64 yards.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right now.
No question, down 14-0 already.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you.
They'll go option to the short side. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling right, the right guys in the game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. He'll get it inside the 20.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this.
Just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Steelers are able to add on to their first-half lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on.
Be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
Forced out to, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Partner, you got to check this out because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline because they all went over to congratulate their punter because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone.
See what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
T.J. Watt, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking.
Pickett now on first down.
Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 3. Pickett.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth. as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone. Niner offense set to get this drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman. And offense set to get this drive underway.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
T.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch.
This offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris.
A 23-yard run.
And the Steelers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Now a handoff up the middle.
Warren.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now Pickett will look to pass it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Kenny Pickett.
22 yards.
And the Steelers just continue to roll. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to his game.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one. And they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Pickett on 3rd and 1.
He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter.
So where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach.
And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. A nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half is...
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home, as we say so long.